Operation Channel here. Thank you to the first, I think we're up to about 104 subscribers. And so, like I said before, initially the channel was, it's still dedicated to my children. And hopefully that they'll get lessons and look back at these videos when they're much older. Hopefully, YouTube will still be a thing in decades to come, or at least they'll still be able to watch these videos. But thank you for all those who have subscribed, who've watched videos, left comments, and shared them. I ask, that you continue to do so, because that, like I said before, I want to, hopefully be a blessing to other, not only my children, but other young children, other young people, and also to my fellow fathers and husbands out there. So today, this is another video dedicated to fathers, my fellow husband fathers, or husbands who are fathers, also, or fathers who are also husbands, rather. And that is to say, okay, one thing we have to work on when it comes to marriage, and this is something, like I said before, I'm always trying to work on myself. When you get married, you have to come to the realization of that marriage is about having desires more than expectations. So, and that's not, pounded in stone or whatever, because you're going to actually have some expectations, right? Like, when you're married, I like to think most of us want to be loved. That's kind of an expectation. If you need money, you're kind of expecting your husband or your spouse or wife rather, to work. Whatever you all have talked about, there's some things that you've expected, right? And so that's going to be very, very important that, we have to remember that there are certain expectations that we do have. But there's also, we have to remember as husbands to have not just expectations, but some things we have to remember to have more desires on. Because we have to remember, and like I said, it's not an easy thing, but we have to remember the person we married, we're trying to become one with them, and hopefully we're being successful at being one. We have to remember that that person is not going to always be perfect. And we are not always going to be perfect. I've heard a lot of husbands say before, women will pick out your imperfections probably quicker than we do. But there are some men who are just as bad in that case. And so anyway, my whole point being is that it's one of those things we have to remember that when you're married, yes, you're going to have expectations. Yes, there are certain things that you're going to want to be done a certain way, certain responsibilities. But remember that you married a woman that's not perfect in and of herself. So try to have more desire. Try to desire certain things. And so when she doesn't meet that desire, then you're not as upset. You desired the thing. You knew that she might not always attain, a certain goal every time or every expectation. But when you have that desire there, you're not as easily upset. Just something to think about, brothers.